beautiful people. This Nate here.
This Kev.
Yo, we are Games Music Life. So we're back today. It's that time of year again, Kev.
Yeah, man.
It started 2020, which means we got to bring up 2019's best albums of the year.
Yes, we let it breathe, though.
We did let it breathe.
Some of your other favorite reviewers, man, they ain't let it breathe. They didn't give them other guys a chance to drop some heat. They didn't, but
yeah, nothing came. I thought it was gonna get a big release from a big artist in 2019. I thought
Rihanna was gonna drop.
That's what we all thought. Rihanna's done with music, bro.
I don't blame her, man. Hey, Fenty doing well.
Yeah, I'll be done with it too.
Yeah,
takes good pictures. Yeah. So let's get into this, man. So first of all, honorable mentions. You got anybody for honorable mentions?
No, it was not the greatest year in music in 2019.
It wasn't. I did have a couple listed for just my three. I had three honorable mentions that I had listed. One was Tory Lanez, Chicks Take 5. One was Dreamville, Revenge of the Dreamers.
Okay.
And one was Logic, Confessions of a Dangerous Mind. Those are my three honorable mentions that come with my list.
Yeah.
Now.
Respectable.
So, top 15.
Yeah.
All right. 15. Who'd you have?
I had James Blake with Assumed Form.
Man, get off my list, man. Get off my list, bro. I'm not going to show you the rest of my list, but look at that. Number 15.
There you go. Okay.
Same thing.
Yeah.
James Blake, Assumed Form. Great album.
It was. I don't know if I can say great. It was an
it
enjoyable
was a
album.
good album.
Very good. I didn't think it was as good as his last.
Yeah.
But I did enjoy it. I thought it was good body work. Happy James Blake is... You know what I mean? I like melancholy.
Yes.
James
I definitely love the saddest. I want to hear more retrogrades.
Yeah.
I definitely wanted that. But so I had 15 as Assumed Form for James Blake as well.
Okay.
14, I had Jim Jones, El Chapo.
Oh, I had a sneaking suspicion that album would sneak onto your list, man.
Did you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm gonna tell you right now, it wasn't nowhere near mine. It might have gotten honorable mention though. I actually thought, it's because I hate to judge out albums by like, oh, it was good for this artist. It was just a good album. Okay. You know what I'm saying? Jim, I think maybe gets a little extra credit because it was surprising coming from him.
Yeah.
But you know what I'm saying? It was a good album, but wouldn't make my top 15. Maybe that should have been my honorable mention.
Okay.
But for 14 for me, man, I had Schoolboy Q with Crash Talk.
Okay.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? I wasn't super hot on this album when we recorded our initial review of it, but as the time passed, I continued to listen to it, man, it had some slappers.
Did it?
Yeah.
Never came back on my list.
Word.
Yeah, I never went back and visited. At the time we reviewed it reviewed okay. I expected more from him.
Yeah.
And I just never went back to it.
I think as a sleeper, man, it was pretty good. Like once you just kind of gave some time to ride, just listen to it, man, it found itself growing on you.
Yeah. I think to piggyback your point on Jimmy though, Jim Jones, the reason why I had him on my list was to this day I still kind of revel the fact that Jim Jones might be arguably one of the best in the Dipset because Joel Santana, we don't know what the heck he did. He did the race and he did the
he did. He did the Wake Up Now.
So it's real refreshing to see that Jimmy still makes music. That album was pretty good to me. So that was number 14 on my list for
there
that.
You go.
All right, so 13. Who'd you have?
Man, I had Young Thug with So Much Fun.
Ooh,
yeah, man.
Okay, that's another one that was not on my list.
That was a jammer of an album, man. Thug really put it together. And for me, Thug's albums always be hit or miss. Like either it's gonna bang all the way through, or like I don't want to hear it at all, man.
Okay.
I think that's like the difference between like Easy Breezy, Thugger Girls, and what was the one that he did right before that, man? Jeffrey. Yeah. It's tough. It's tough. You know what I'm saying? But So Much Fun, man. Thugger came with it, man. I appreciated him.
13, I had Rick Ross, Port of Miami 2.
Ooh, yeah, another good album, man. Another good album.
Port of Miami 2, man. Ross came through. I mean, when it's all said and done, we're going to talk about Rick Ross's discography as being one of the best solo discographies ever. And I think this was just a good one to have onto his list. Once again, it wasn't really it was a good Ross album. Okay. It wasn't. I just don't think that it was. It wasn't the best Ross album. Which a lot of people trying to jump off the cliff with that one.
Ross makes good albums though, man.
But he makes good albums.
I don't know that Ross has had really a dud. Like maybe you had an album that you preferred other ones to it, but I don't think he's ever made a dud.
Right. Yeah. I agree with you. All right. So 12. I had Kanye West. Jesus is King.
Oh wow, man. You know what? That's pretty far down your list for what I was expecting. Yeah,
it is. Because the thing with it too that went into my list was replayability as far as how much I listened to it, and then also just what it meant to me. If I revisited it, if I went back and listened to it some more, the kids liked it, whatever. And I think with Jesus is King, the reason why I put it so low on my list was just because it just wasn't that long of an album.
Okay.
Once so I just couldn't really and you'll hear the other ones too. You'll understand why.
Wow. Right. I'm surprised by that, man. I think I'm surprised with my number 12, man, because I had Benny the Butcher with The Plugs I Met.
Woo!
Yeah,
okay,
yeah.
Okay.
Those are
okay.
fantastic albums, man. There was some albums that I just ranked a little bit higher.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
And I think it also had a lot to do with the fact that, like, though I listened to it for the period that we were going to go review it, and a little while after that, I stopped listening to it just because Griselda has so much output. Like, I move on to the next and move on to the next. But I did think that was probably the best work out of that camp this year.
Okay, yeah, right. No, I agree with you. All right, so let's see. 11.
Yeah.
Who'd you have?
I had Solange with When I Get Home.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
That was actually an album that I slapped all year. That was an album I really loved to play when me and my wife would be like in the car riding around somewhere or whatever. I always felt like that was a real good one. Very mellow, just very vibey music. Is it a seat at the table? No, but I respected the artistic vision and all the different, just all the quirky kind of features that she had on there. I mean, she had Gucci on there, man. Tyler, the Creator, pops in spots, man. Like, she just really made that whole album a vibe, and I appreciated her for it.
Okay, I can understand that. Number 11, I had Jaden Smith, Iris.
Really? Okay.
Yep, I had
I forgot
him there.
about that album. I ain't gonna lie.
I know you did. Yeah. It was one of which I always go back to and listen to, though.
Really?
I'm a big Jaden fan. It's a vibe, man. I think also just letting it play. He's one of those artists who it's a lot of different layers to him. And that's one with his music, and I'm a Willow fan too. Okay. That's the only way I can hear is on Jaden Smith's album. So
I got you.
I go with that. All right, so 10, I had Summer Walker. Over It.
Really?
Yep.
Okay. Tell me a little bit about it, because I didn't realize you enjoyed that album that much.
I very, very much so did.
Really?
Summer, I mean, the album really was like kind of an ode to like old school R&B. You know, I love 90s R&B, Kev.
Yeah,
that's kind of what it reminded me of in that pocket. She brung out some of the features of which I loved in 90s R&B. Usher.
Yeah.
I can't remember who else was on there, but I mean, just the way the topic she sung about was pretty cool, and it was just a vibe, man. It wasn't really nothing too vulgar about it.
Yeah.
Maybe that's another reason why I liked it so much. But that was my pick.
Hey, I heard that.
All right, so where we had
number 10.
Okay, so what'd you have for 10?
For 10, I had Blood Orange with Angel's Pulse.
Woo!
Yeah,
I knew that one was gonna be high for you.
That was an album that I loved. I didn't think it was as good as Negro Swan, just because it seemed like it was an album full of maybe B-sides or cuts that just didn't make Negro Swan, but still an immaculate album. And like, Gold Teeth with Gangsta Boo, Project Pat, and Tinashe. That shouldn't work.
No,
he made it work. You know what I'm saying? So I had to give him respect on that alone.
I got you. That was a standout track on that one.
Yeah, absolutely.
Is that Project Pat? And
Project
then it was
PJ
like,
Teaser.
PJ Teaser. All right, man. So 9. Who'd you have for number 9?
Number 9, man, I had Anderson .Paak with Ventura.
Ooh.
Yeah, man.
That's low.
Now, I was not, actually, I thought like that was pretty high, because I was not a fan of Oxnard, and, I was having trouble forgiving Anderson .Paak for giving us Oxnard.
I know. But he gave us this one, though.
But then Ventura came back, and he set it back right. You know what I'm saying? I feel like that was the correction course.
It was like 3 months to the day.
It was.
It came out. Like,
it was.
It was real quick.
But that's because he knew, man, Oxnard didn't give the fans what we were looking for, so boom, he turned it around. Man, he course corrected the ship, and Ventura was everything I wanted Oxnard to be, so I appreciate him for that.
Okay, I can understand that. 9, I had Conway, The Machine. Look What I Became.
Okay.
So another one from the Griselda camp.
Yeah.
Just to me, it wasn't surprising. I knew I was gonna get from them. But I never known much about Conway. Leading up to that point, Benny was pretty much the face, and then you had the Fly God, which I'm not really a huge fan of his work.
You're still not a fan of Westside Gunn?
Not really.
Not even after WWCD?
No, I appreciate him on WWCD. I don't want to go back and listen to his old stuff because of that. But yeah, Conway stood out to me. It was number 9. Bars were there. The Griselda movement, it was just something just crazy, man.
Yeah, man, they dominated 2019.
Yeah, they did. All right, so 8, I had Snow Allegra. Those feels again.
Yeah, okay.
You know?
All right, yeah.
So yeah, once again, another 90s R&B track feature. Her album was really, like I said, just put it on with the wife. She really enjoyed it. The kids enjoyed it. I can listen to it with them. Aside from a couple of side,
I was gonna say like
sexual innuendos on certain parts.
Gets a little, yeah,
it does. So I just fast forward those tracks, but some of it was just a vibe. They didn't even know what the hell to listen to.
I got
you. But that was my number 9. What about you?
Man, for number 8, that was
8.
So number 8, man. It might make you a little bit mad, but this is where I had to land, man. I had to make my list. Okay. All right. So I had Little Brother with May the Lord Watch. Yeah, and again, I feel like number 8 is high praise, man. This album I really enjoyed, man. It was so nice to see Little Brother get back together and give us a complete album. It felt like LB Bennis back again, and yeah, man, it was jamming. If you ain't checked it out, you need to, because they had it. They had it
Definitely
going.
Good project. Okay, so we had landed at 7. Who'd you have
for number 7, man? IDK, Is He Real? You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
My list got crowded, man. It was a tough year in that top 5. It gets real tough to land in there.
Okay.
And this is an album that I loved. But as time went on, man, I just found that I listened to some other albums more. I do feel like with Is He Real, for as fantastic or phenomenal of an album as it is, once you get through that first listen and, you know what I'm saying, the surprise kind of hits you, like once you go through and listen to it more and more, you know, I don't want to say like it loses its luster, but like you don't have that same impact. It doesn't have that same punch as when you first listen through it. And you know what I'm saying? It just hits you in the jaw with this big surprise message at the end.
Yeah.
But still, fantastic music, man. I mean, again, 7 is high praise
it is.
This list. And if you ain't checked that out, go check it out.
Gotcha. All right. Number 7 I had was Benny the Butcher, Plugs I Met.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah, another one from the Griselda crew, man. You know, once again, like we said, if you are a Griselda fan, go back and check that one out. I'm sure you've already heard it. But yeah, it was just another dope project, man.
Yeah. I ain't mad at that.
Okay, so 6, I had Griselda. WWCD.
Griselda dominated.
They dominated, man.
Yeah,
like they really put out some heat this year. They kept to the formula. The only thing I would take away from this one I didn't like when I revisited it was the Eminem feature. It doesn't really fit.
It doesn't.
It doesn't fit.
They squeezed that in.
Yeah, their features. Pause. Yeah, their features on the album. If I had to give it a deterrent, was that. You know, to where 50 Cent was probably the best feature on the album.
Yeah.
So
besides West Side Gun, because boom, 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 boom. Yeah, he needed those every once in a while.
Who'd you have at 6?
At number 6, man, I had Toro y Moi with Outer Peace. You know what I'm saying? This is an album I believe came out in January of 2019, and yo, I literally listened to that album all year. It had such a fun, upbeat, playful vibe at times, man. It really spoke to the times. And I thought that Chad Bear, he came with it the way that he was supposed to, man. I love that album. I still listen to it regularly. Freelance is a song that just makes you want to dance every time you hear it, man. New House, 50/50, everything on there. Yeah. He's getting at it.
Good project. Okay. So leads us to 5. Who'd you have, bro?
For number 5, man, I had Kanye West with Jesus is King.
Okay.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? I had to applaud this album because I was so worried about Kanye making the switch from, you know what I'm saying, making regular hip hop music to, you know, making non-secular music or non-secular hip hop. I won't call this album gospel necessarily, but I didn't think that he would be able to do it. I wondered how serious he would take it, but I thought he shined. I thought that all the best parts of what we liked about Kanye West from his production, the way he arranges songs, everything like that, it did shine through. He kept it at a perfect length because you know what I'm saying, like he could have fumbled that bag at any point on that album.
No, you're right.
But he kept it short and concise, which I appreciate.
Right. No, I feel you. That was my gripe on it, which is it was little. I wanted more from it.
Yeah.
You know, I wanted more from it,
which is a good thing if he left you wanting more.
Yeah. No, you're right. You're right. All right, so 5, I had Little Brother, Made the Lord Watch.
Okay, there you go.
So, you know, I as you knew, that was going to be high on my list.
Yeah.
The Boom Bap is definitely back. Just having Little Brother back again. Only thing I could wish for was that Ninth would have been a part of it, and he could have gotten there and just cooked up a little bit.
It would have been nice.
It would have been nice. But even though with that, you know, Fonte and what's the other dude's name?
Fonte and Big Pooh.
Big Pooh, there we go. See, I had a brain fart.
Rapper
Pooh. They got in there and they did their thing, man. Good project.
Absolutely.
All right, man. So 4, I had Anderson .Paak, Ventura.
Wow. Okay, that's high up on the list.
Yeah, I still go back to that one a lot, man. I think it is also redemption from the fact that I just hated the previous the Dre ruined. We're gonna go ahead and say it. Dre ruined that album.
Yeah, I wasn't gonna say it, but yeah.
Yeah, the one before that one, I can't remember the name of it. Oxnard.
Yeah,
I don't like the name. You know?
Everybody wants to just forget that one.
Yeah, man, it was just
unfortunate.
It was just a bad. We couldn't really pinpoint what exactly happened. But
it just didn't feel like Anderson.
It did. I'm saying? It did not. But he got back to form on this one, man. And I still go back to this one.
Yeah,
still go back to this one.
Number 4 for me, man, had Tyler the Creator with Igor.
Really?
Yeah, man.
4?
Number 4.
Like, now I'm really interested in your
that
list.
top 3, man. It gets tough, man. It's tough to win out there. But another album that I loved. I know a lot of Tyler the Creator fans were a little bit thrown off by that album. It was something completely different. It was more an R&B album than a rap album. There was nothing silly about it, man. It was Tyler, you know what I'm saying, working through a relationship through that album. And I thought he did a fantastic job. Earthquake was a hit. I don't know why it didn't pick up more traction. It deserved it.
Yeah.
Because I mean, that song was really well arranged, man. It has a classic kind of timeless sound to it. Playboy Cardi, even though I didn't understand a word that he said, man, had one of the top 10 features of the year on that song. only thing I actually understood was Whoa Vicky, and I wish I didn't. But but
how'd she make the album?
Fantastic song, fantastic album, man, and just prove how creative Tyler is.
Okay, all right. So leads us to 3.
Yeah,
I had IDK. Is He Real?
Okay, there you go.
Man. You knew that was gonna be high on my list.
Absolutely.
Man. He came through and embodied it, man. IDK really put his foot in this album.
Yeah.
I can't really say anything more than what you said, man. It caught me off guard. We even talked about it. It caught us off guard for being that good.
Yeah.
But he stuck to a theme. And
which is his best pocket.
Exactly. Yeah. And that's the thing too. All right, man. Who'd you have for 3?
For number 3, man, I had JPEG Mafia with All My Heroes Are Cornballs. This was another album that I loved. Didn't get a chance to review it, but it was an album that I listened to frequently. I thought Peggy really moved up as far as his style, refining his style, and finding himself in the music, which I really enjoyed. Man, listen, number 3 in my top 15.
Okay,
man, he killed it.
I got you, man. All right, so leads it to 2. Who'd you have, bro?
For number 2, man, I had Michael Kiwanuka with Kiwanuka.
Oh, that was the one we never got reviewed. That one
never got around to reviewing
always
it.
Talk about that project too.
It flew under the radar for us. Honestly, I found it probably like a month after it came out, just on a fluke. I liked the way that the album cover looked, and I was like, you know what? Let me just give this a run. I listened to it, and I was absolutely blown away. Looking at the production and all that kind of stuff, it looks like he teamed up with Danger Mouse primarily on the production from Gnarls Barkley Flame and many other things. But once I realized that, I was like, you know what? I see exactly why I like this album so much. But he comes through, man, just this heart-wrenching vocals, man, and like just this classic old school soul sound. Fantastic. I can't get enough of that album.
Okay, that means we got to say number 1.
Okay.
So number 2, I had Tyler the Creator for Igor. Can't really say much more than what you said. I mean, it was a concept album. He talked about a breakup. It was when the funny thing I liked about it at the end of it was hearing people talk about what they thought Igor was about.
Yeah,
and that was the talking point. Anything that leaves me, whether it's movie, music, you leave it. We have talking points about it. I was good, but just the music itself, man. Good album.
Fantastic
album.
Killed it.
So that means number 1 was
man, that's Freddie Gibbs and Madlib with Bandana.
Yeah.
How could it not be? That was album of the year.
Yeah, it was. It wasn't even like
clearly it wasn't even close.
Yeah, I wrote it down like okay.
I started my list with who's following that up.
Yes, I said the same exact thing. Like Gangsta Gibbs just did his thing. Madlib came and killed it, man. Like Bandana was just a great album.
Hip hop classic.
Absolutely. So I knew I didn't halfway through when I heard you say Tyler. That's when I said okay, that means we got the same number 1.
Oh, absolutely. Listen, I knew as soon as I started writing this list, like okay, who fell below Bandana?
Yeah.
That was probably the best work that I definitely for 2019, but probably the best rap album I've heard since they
it was lots of rapping. Lots of rapping, man. Shout out to Gibbs.
I loved it.
But get in here, man. Fans, get in here. Let us know what you guys think was who was number 1 on your list? So you can put it in the comments and we can kind of go from there.
Yep.
But I'm Nadir.
This Kev.
We are Games Music Life, man. Drink more water, people.
Peace.